BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BodyBags. It's week 175, and I'm your Sunday host, DBougie86 here again. Yes, guys, the film I got for you guys today is one that I was very interested in checking out. I actually got this in the mail this week, so I was like, why not check it out? Because I actually got a new Blu-Ray player in it because my old one was fucked. So first, Blu-ray that I checked out of the horror or exploitation genre, as I would put this. And this film has a very interesting director. If you know of this director, then you know of the films that he makes numerous times. And this film, of course, is titled Night Has a Thousand Desires. Yes. This film, of course, is directed by Jess Franco, who's directed tons of fucking movies. Let's just put it that way. He has numerous films and subgenres of films that he has directed. Like a few of the films off the top of my head are Vampiros, Lesbos, Succubus. There's tons of them. The Erotic Rites of Frankenstein, Bloody Moon, very numerous tons of films that come on Oasis of the Zombies. And he does a dabble in a lot of different subgenres of horror exploitation. Even did a few adult films, and this is kind of a mixture of a lot of different subgenres in general. This film stars Lena Remey, who has starred in numerous Jess Franco films in the period. Most notably, the ones I know of her from are Female Vampire and what's the other one? Lorna the Exorcist, which is a film that I haven't seen. It's actually another film that was released by Mondo, I believe, and I've been wanting to check that one out for the longest time. This film has a very interesting premise. We're introduced to Lena Remey's character of Irina, who is part of this mind reading group of a man and a woman who do these mind reading acts for people, kind of like a live show where you get paid and a performance type deal. And Irina has this weird erotic fantasy, and she lives with this guy that she works with. And then all of a sudden, out of no one, she starts having these ravagingly erotic and exotic nightmares. And what happens is it ends up being sexual fantasies and very erotic situations with males and females, kind of weird orgy scenes. But it always ends in violence, and the men of the dreams usually are the people that she actually performed mind readings to. So one scene you'll see one character that we saw previously in the live act, then we'll see another guy, and what ends up happening is these dreams and nightmares end up in these guys getting murdered by her. And when she wakes up, we find out that these people are actually been murdered in real life. So Irina is trying to figure out if these visions that she's having are real and that she actually performed the murders. And that's the mystery of the film, because you don't really know if she's a murderer or not, and it's going through her mind and her insanity, and she's just trying to figure out through a psychiatrist that she goes sees and through certain friends what is actually going on in the situations before it is too late. That is pretty much the main plot of this film, without going too crazy into it. Now, my thoughts on this film. It has a very lot of erotic scenes, this film, which if you're not a fan of over drawn out erotic scenes, this might not be the film for you. There's a lot of high scale nudity in this film, and titties and muff and beautiful gorgeous naked women in this film, and very male and girl action, and also girl on girl actions also in this film, involving Irina's character, which could like if you're not into like those weird like eroticism scenes in film, this might not be the film for you. There is a heavy dose of them, and of course Jess Franco is the best at filming these scenes, of course, because those are some of the best shot scenes of the film. There is some like weird like good like dreamlike sequences that he shoots in this film that I do like. I like how they were shot and film, but there are some like dialogue scenes and like what were known as the real time of this film that are shot very darkly. There's like a lot of like weird, like one scene where a character is talking to another character in the nightclub, and you can barely see the people's faces, and it's weird because there's like this weird like kabuki man, like that's the way I would describe it. It's like some weird like statue like mask thing, and you don't know if it's like some person sitting next to the guy or it's just a decoration there. It's kind of odd because you're like, wait, did that just move? I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I did like the performances. Lena Remey is phenomenal as the lead actress of Irina, and she does a phenomenal job, especially the way in depth that her character goes through in this film, especially in those heavily erotica scenes. Very good actress, I have to say, in this role. It's a very daring role that any actress could take, and it's one that you have to see to believe. And she does a terrific job in this film. It's probably the highlight of the film. Now, on the rest of the film, there's a lot of like mystery that's dwelled into the film, and it is kind of like a slow burnout kind of deal. Even though there's a lot of like erotic scenes, but if you're not really into those, it could be kind of boring. So you're wondering if the ending has like a great payoff. It kind of feels like the ending of this film feels like it was rushed in a way. It was like I kind of figured that because Jess Franco makes like 100 movies a year type deal, especially during this period. As I learned in the interview with Stephen Thrower, who was like a historian on Franco's cinema. He was making tons of movies during like this time period. This is actually during the last like of when he was like in 3 rule to make whatever films he wanted type deal with this company that he was working with. And it just seemed like a little rushed, the ending of this film. It leaves you like kind of wanting a little more from it. But overall, I did kind of enjoy it for what it was. It's like not any every day you see like these weird like obscure erotic thriller type films, and it's actually a kind of well directed film from Jess Franco. It has a lot of like good imagery with like its erotic aspects, but it has a lot of, I think, things that I would want like better light in like other scenes, like dialogue scenes. It kind of threw me off guard a little bit because he had like beautiful like lit scenes and like these erotic scenes, and then all of a sudden there's like this like very bad lit scene type deal. But all in all, I'll give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's not a terrible watch. It's a film that might grow on me, but because I'm not used to like these kind of like erotic thrillers, even though I did see my full scale of like erotic scenes in films before, but this one has like a lot of like very heavy doses of them, and like throughout the whole movie, like Lena Remey's character is like naked like majority of the film, pretty much type deal. So there's a lot of eroticism going on in this film. So yeah, I do recommend this release from Mondo Macabro if you are a fan of Jess Franco, because it does have some cool special features, including this documentary Eureka, which is like a 25-minute documentary about this period of like erotic films that Jess Franco made, and that interview that I mentioned before by Stephen Throw, which is excellent. And of course, Mondo Macabro trailers, which are awesome. I like the way, the style of trailers that they do with the Mondo Macabro theme song, which is awesome. So yeah, Night of a Thousand Eyes. Check it out. Alright guys, that's it for this review. As always, I'll be back next week with another one. So I'll see you again, BodyBags family. Peace out.